All right, let's just get right into it. Most weeks, I'm here to show you what AI can do, but this week is different. I have to show you what AI already did, what it did to a government, to a multi-billion-dollar stock, and maybe, just maybe, to the future of your job. The ground is shifting under our feet faster than ever.
So what you're looking at here, that's the price tag of a single blog post. No joke. Anthropic, one of the top AI labs in the world, just published an article. It was about how their AI could modernize a 60-year-old programming language called COBOL. Well, that one post was enough to wipe $31 billion off of IBM's market cap in a single day. That's the kind of power we're talking about now.
And the real-world impact, it doesn't stop there. The very same company, Anthropic, had its AI model jailbroken. A hacker basically tricked it, convincing it that it was on some kind of ethical hacking assignment. It bypassed its own safety rules and ended up stealing 150 gigabytes of data from the Mexican government. We're talking 195 million taxpayer records, voter data. This stuff isn't a nerdy little experiment anymore. This is a real-world attack.
Look, these are not isolated incidents. They're symptoms, right? They're symptoms of a massive, massive acceleration in AI capability. So what we're going to do is break down the key shifts that just happened, from robots that are suddenly mastering the physical world to an AI that's becoming an invisible part of your phone. First up, let's talk about how AI is breaking out of the computer screen and into the real world. For years, let's be honest, robots has been kind of clumsy, a bit of a joke. But that is changing at a pace that is, well, it's kind of terrifying, especially over in China. The truly stunning part of this whole story is just the sheer speed of this evolution. I mean, look at this timeline. In 2024, these Unitree robots were a viral meme for falling over. Just a year later, they're performing in a TV gala for 800 million people. And now? Now they're executing fully autonomous, synchronized martial arts and doing aerial flips. The progress is so insane that the German chancellor flew to China with 30 manufacturing CEOs just to see them. When world leaders start visiting robot factories, you know something fundamental has changed. And it's not just the physical world that's getting this massive upgrade. On the software side of things, AI is moving from being a destination, an app you have to go find and open, to being a utility that's just kind of there, all the time. This is what we call system-level integration, and it's a huge deal. It means the AI isn't just another app on your home screen, it's woven into the very fabric of your device's operating system. It lives inside your notes, it's in your calendar, it's in your camera, it's just there, always ready to help. This is the big shift we're all about to experience. And this slide just illustrates the difference perfectly. We just found out that Perplexity's AI is going to be baked into the new Samsung Galaxy S26 at the system level. Think about it. The old way of using AI was at least 4 steps. The new way, you just hold the side button. That's it. And that seamless access is about to be in the hands of hundreds of millions of people. It's going to fundamentally change how we use our phones. Now, this level of integration is only possible because the AI models themselves are getting exponentially more powerful. And that brings us to our third big shift, the escalating model war between the major AI labs. And this week, OpenAI just dropped a bomb. I really want you to look closely at this chart because this is a huge milestone. For the very first time, a mainstream AI model, GPT 5.4, scored higher than the average human on a test of its ability to operate a real computer desktop. It's not just about answering questions anymore. It's about actually doing tasks on a computer better than most people can. And its memory, it's a total game changer. It has what's called a 1 million token context window. Just think of it like this. That's its short-term memory. You can hand it a massive novel or an entire software codebase, and it can hold all of that information in its mind at once. It won't forget the stuff from the beginning by the time it gets to the end. Which brings us right back to Anthropic, who, even with this new competition, had one of the most wild weeks you can possibly imagine. We already talked about the government data breach and the IBM stock crash. On top of all that, they rolled out new security scanning for their code generator and made their connectors to tools like Google Drive and Notion free for everybody. It was a week of incredible highs and unbelievable lows. Okay, so the models are more powerful, they're inside our devices, but what does this actually mean for you? Especially if you create stuff for a living, how do you actually use all this power? Well, this is where things get really, really practical. So you might have heard of this idea of vibe coding, where you just describe an app you want in plain English and an AI builds it. Well, that concept just evolved. Now you can describe an entire video, the cuts, the transitions, the text on screen, the AI-generated clips, and an AI will build the whole thing. We've literally gone from vibe coding to vibe animating. The barrier to creating professional-looking content is just dissolving.
A perfect example of this is Google's new image model, which, and I am not making this up, is called Nano Banana 2. Seriously. But despite the silly name, it's incredibly powerful, and it's already the default model inside Gemini. Its first killer feature solves two of the biggest pains with AI images. First, it can generate clean, readable text. No more of that blurry, weird gibberish. And second, it can handle any aspect ratio you throw at it, like this crazy 8:1 ultra-wide example. This is pro-level control, for free.
But maybe its most clever feature is how it solves the outdated AI problem. You know how most models are trained on old data? So their idea of what's modern is from like 2 years ago? Well, Nano Banana 2 can actually search the web first for current trends and then generate the image based on what it finds. So your designs will actually look, well, modern.
And for anyone out there who has to communicate with numbers, this one is huge. Instead of posting an ugly screenshot of a spreadsheet, you can now just give the AI your data points and your brand colors. It will generate a clean, professional infographic that looks like it was made by a design agency. This is how you make data interesting. I mean, think about it. When you're scrolling through your social media feed, do you ever stop for a spreadsheet screenshot? No, of course not. But you might stop for a beautifully designed chart. This tool makes that level of quality accessible to everyone. All it takes is a single prompt.
And finally, we have a feature that is absolutely crucial for anyone trying to build a brand: consistency. For years, it's been basically impossible to get AI to create a series of images that look like they belong together. Well, this model solves that. It can maintain consistency across an entire campaign. The same lighting, the same characters, the same vibe. You can finally build a coherent visual brand using AI.
So the tools are advancing at this incredible rate. They're getting more powerful, more integrated, more creative. But amidst all of this excitement, one of the people actually building this technology said something this week that I think we all just need to sit with for a moment.
And this is the quote that just stopped me in my tracks. Remember Dario Amodeo, the founder of Anthropic we've been talking about? He is one of the chief architects of this revolution, and he is publicly warning that these tools could eliminate most entry-level white-collar jobs within 5 years, potentially pushing unemployment to 20%. Look, when the person who is building the technology issues a warning that stark, you have to listen. The people who are going to be okay are the ones who understand what these tools can actually do, who are learning to work with them instead of being replaced by them. They're not going to be in that 20%. The tools are here. The warning has been issued. The only question left is, how will you adapt?